Hello everyone, welcome back to another live stream. Um, it's been quite a while. Let's see here. Yeah, just wanted to talk about some gaming. Been playing a lot of Stellar Blade, really having a fun time playing that game. Just wanted to talk about some Stellar Blade stuff and look at some games that are coming out from the East because over the past 2 years, the East has been dominating with games that they've been releasing. Stellar Blade, Black Myth Wukong. What else they released? The First Ascendant. I had some fun playing that game. They're still doing season packs and updates to that game and adding new stuff. So yeah, the East is killing it with games, and it's only going to get better in terms of their quality and their productivity in terms of how much product they're going to be producing every year, every couple of years. Because one thing I noticed about the East is that they don't have the same type of work ethic like here in the U.S. So um, they can obviously work for longer hours, and the quality will always be there, and they can make the product for less money. Because I believe Black Myth Wukong only cost about 70 mil, if I'm not mistaken. And usually, like a AAA game here costs like in the hundreds of millions to make, and they made that for less than 100 mil. So that should just tell you a lot. And I believe it was the same for Stellar Blade. I don't even think they spent that much to make that game. Um, but yeah, gaming is heading in a good direction in terms of the East. The East are pumping out great games, um, especially with these coming from these independent studios. Just wanted to show some more Stellar Blade here. Um, wanted to show more here. Um, so yeah, the creator. I think I showed this before, but the creator he bought Nintendo Switch, the newest version of the Nintendo Switch that came out, and he gave one to every single employee at Shift Up, which is fucking amazing. Um, it goes to show you how successful this game has been for the past year. Mind you, this game was a PlayStation exclusive that came out last year, and they released the PC port for this month, and it has sold already 1 million copies in under a few days. In total, this game sold over 3 million copies. Successful game, and they already announced that there's going to be a sequel for the game. And the game's actually not gonna be too long to come out because they're saying that it could come out before 2027, and I can see that happening. Especially since, like I said before, the East, their work ethic is different from ours. They can put in more quality and more hours in this industry. So I wouldn't be surprised if this game were to come out in 2026 next year. Maybe we'll probably get like an announcement or like a teaser trailer for the game next year, most likely, and then it'll release in either late 2027 or not late 2027. Either late 2026 towards the end of the year, or like in 2027, like early. But yeah, um, I'm really excited for this franchise. I'm really excited because it just really puts gaming on a different level. Because back in the day, games would usually come out like you wouldn't have to wait like 5+ years for a sequel game. Like I remember when the first Watch Dogs game came out in 2014, and the second game came out 2 years later in 2016. So I'm trying to And I think it was the same for like Assassin's Creed. Assassin's Creed, they would pump out. Well, I think they still pump out a new Assassin's Creed game every year. Um, but but yeah, certain games it just never took so long to release a sequel game for certain franchises, and I'm just wondering like why are they taking so long now, especially here in the West, to release a sequel game. And mind you, gaming now in the West is just in a state where it's just like really bad. The narrative is just propaganda preaching to the audience. So many microtransactions, they want you to pay for shit in the game, basically giving you an unfinished product. Um, but yeah, at least with the East, like the East will have microtransactions too, but they'll at least give you like a product where that you know it'll it'll keep you busy for a couple of days. It'll keep you busy, and usually like if they have microtransactions, it's usually for like things like I don't know, like maybe extra like cosmetics, outfits, things like that. Um, but yeah, I just hope that the West turns it around soon. I just really hope they do um, because they know that let like they can't let the East just come in and just whoop their ass. You know, I feel like the only game that people are just anticipating for currently now in the West is GTA. Besides GTA, I can't think of any other game that people are waiting for. Um, he did say, the director did say for Stellar Blade that that it did lack some story elements in terms of the narrative in the game. I didn't really notice it yet. Still like, I wouldn't say I'm like still in the beginning, but I got like a decent chunk in the game. I think I have like what, like maybe 18, 19 hours in the games right now. Um, but he did say that the narrative will improve in the second game. More story details with Eve, um, why she changes clothes, cutscenes. Have to reduce the amount of cutscenes a part of the main plot for efficiency to complete the game. Says the story deals with a cliche topic of AI and humanity. For the sequel, the story will be a little bit more serious. So it looks like he is going to. The story is going to shift in tone for the next installment. This first game, I mean, I'm not really too well. I am paying attention to the story a bit. Um, I'm mostly just in it for the gameplay, and I love looking at Eve. But I mean, it's okay. I'm not saying it's like a stellar story or anything. I know people have been comparing this game to Near Automata, especially with Eve and 2B. I personally haven't played that game yet. That is on my list. I do want to play that game. Um, actually, that game has actually been on my list for a very long time. I just never got around to buying it and playing it. But I do want to play that game because I heard great things about it. Um, and then I think there was something else that he talks about. So, a legendary game creator, Yukitaro, during an interview with IGN, he said that he believes that Stellar Blade is much better than Nier Automata. Um, like I said, I haven't played Nier, so I can't really compare. I can't really say whether it's true or not. I mean, it could be like his personal preference. Um, yeah, I haven't played Nier yet. I do want to play it. I think I heard there's other games like before Nier that I have to play. That's what some people have been telling me. So I might have to do research going into this game before I start with playing this game because I heard there was like a game before this that I would have to play. But but I have been seeing the comparisons. I thought it was really cool that they added the outfits for the outfits in Nier in Stellar Blade. I thought that was a really cool collab. Same thing with what was the other game? It's on here. The other game is on here. Oh yeah, this game. Man, I cannot pronounce this. It's not Nike. Nikkei. Yeah, Nikkei. They added outfits from this game also. I never played this game. Um, they added outfits in that. Actually, I've been seeing some gameplay with this outfit a lot. I've been hearing that there's like a fan favorite outfit in the game so far. And and the creator says something about the oh yeah, so and this is one thing I like about the creator. There's something that he says something here that I think a lot of Western creators should um, listen to when it comes to gaming. So the creator recently said that he supports um, people making mods in this game, especially for PC. Let's see what he says here. First of all, I fully support the phenomenon of players using mods. In fact, I myself also want to try out some of the more exciting mods. I look forward to seeing many players create their own mods and engaging in healthy competition with them to see whose mod are more attractive. I also hope that more players can get involved in mod creation. Um, that's something I do want to look into. There's certain games I do want to mod, like Watch Dogs, for example. I'm playing the first Watch Dogs on Steam. I modded the fuck out of that. Well, I been using mods created by the Discord, the mod community for Watch Dogs. I really love the Living City mod. Um, I'm really happy that people took their time to create that. Still going through the game though, and seeing what mods, how certain mods affect the game. But yeah, I really support the creator. He also said that when someone buys a game, it becomes like their product. I mean, they're free to do whatever they want with it, and I agree with him. If you purchase something, you're free to, you paid for it with your own um, cash. You're free to do with it whatever you want, and I fully support him. I fully agree with him. But obviously, you can't do that here in the West. Obviously, certain games, like I remember when Spider-Man 2 came out, someone created a mod where because I guess in Spider-Man 2 there's like a lot of like pride flags and gay stuff in the game. Someone created a mod where you can remove them, and I guess they removed that mod saying it was offensive, quote unquote, which is fucking stupid. I think that was back in it was either the first game or the second game. Someone like removed the pride stuff, and I guess they got upset. But mind you, when they released this game in like in countries overseas, they removed all that stuff because they know if that stuff was in there, they would not buy that game. They would not buy Spider-Man. So that just goes to show you like these people don't care about this shit. But yeah, fully support the creator. If you haven't played Stellar Blade, highly recommend it. If you have a PC, pick it up. If you have a PS5, go get it. Um, good story, good story-driven game. So if you're into like Dark Souls and stuff, really good game. I'm having really fun with it. I was playing like a little bit earlier today. I need to go. I might play a little bit after the stream. But yeah, it's a really good game. I'm really happy for the success. And it just goes to show that the East, at the end of the day, not just in gaming, the East they just know how to deliver entertainment. I say that in gaming. I say that in when they do anime and when they do their own live action shows. 'Cause I heard Korean. There's like certain Korean shows that are really popular that people enjoy watching. I actually want to get into some series that they've been releasing. I still haven't watched Squid Game. To this day, a lot of people have been telling me to watch that. I still haven't watched it yet. But yeah, go play some Stellar Blade. Next thing the main thing I want to talk about is I want to look at some new releases that are coming out very soon. All majority of these games are games coming from the East. Um, I think these are Korean and one Chinese game, what I believe. Um, but yeah, I want to take a look at these games. This game right here, Mundane. This was before we got the name of it. It was called Project TH. I'm guessing looks like now the TH stood for two hearts. Um, very stellar. I said stellar. Very Splinter Cell like, Metal Gear and Ghost Recon inspired. Um, I saw I wanted to rewatch the trailer and just give my opinions about it because there are some elements that I was not expecting in this game. The premise of the game does sound interesting, but I do want to look at this game and just give my opinion about how I feel about this game. I mean, I do want to get this game regardless. There's just some elements about it that just kind of surprised me in some way. Um, I wouldn't say in a bad way, but it was it just came out unexpectedly. So let's take a look at this first game, Mudang Two Hearts. Maybe full screen it.
주권 국가의 자주적 결정을 누가 허락하는가? 만약 이 결정이 패권 국가의 특정 정치 집단의 이익을 저해한다면
There's subtitles? Okay, there we go.
당신의 특정 행동이 대중의 의사결정에 영향을 미칠 수 있으며 반대로 누군가는 당신의 의사결정에 영향을 주려 한다는 것을 인지할 때 자신만의 온전한 입장을 세울 수 있지 않아.
So I'm gonna read the description in a minute, but for what I understand about this game, it's gonna take place. It takes place in Korea. I'm guessing South Korea or maybe North Korea. Most likely it's gonna be South Korea.
당신의 입장은 온전한 본인의 판단인가? 그렇게 믿고 있거나 믿고 싶을 뿐.
Very stealthy. There are certain things that I like already about it. Um, like I said, it's heavily inspired on Splinter Cell, Ghost Recon, a little bit of Metal Gear Solid in there. I like this. I like this right here. Always climbing. Um, I'm gonna show you after this. But like in the early stages when they were when they were making this game, that they were really focused on trying on some realism aspects. In terms of like, oh, if you make certain sounds that can hear you, shooting out lights, things like that. That way, the enemy just don't see you. I really like that. Instead of making enemies bullet spongy, just make them intelligent. And I really appreciate that. This is something that the division needs to take notes on. So this is like kind of the confusing part. So from what I'm hearing, is that from what I'm hearing about this game, you play as both the soldier and this K-pop star. From the description, we'll read the description after this. But from what I understand, that is that she will be like a playable character. Um, and like I said, I'm not sure how I feel about it. Um, but I mean, I can't. Well, let's say this. I'm still interested either way. I just don't really see the point of playing as this character, especially for what this game is looking like. Um, but yeah, that's just my personal opinion on it.
당신은
I like the way he I like that takedown he did. Like that one right there. If I could freeze it. Like this one, yeah. Like this, that was a really brutal takedown. Like he jumped from like a ledge and like went like on top, like the top of his spine in the back. Really brutal takedown right there. Um, yeah, I mean the UI, the animation looks really good. Graphics are looking good too. Um, yeah, it's looking like a good game so far. Like the way how he busted through that door. Yeah, it looks like you can play as a K-pop star. Looks like she's like maybe sneaking around. Looks like she got caught. Looks like a security guy has like a little earpiece in his ear. Um, yeah, I just don't know how I feel about this. Um, I don't know how I feel about this.
당신은 무엇 때문에 분노하는가?
And this is where shit kind of gets a bit questionable right here because this is something that I was talking about that kind of came out unexpectedly. So apparently, this is like this is basically like a zombie, from what I understand. Um, I don't know. Like it looks. It's basically a zombie. I don't know if it's like someone who's just like drugged out, maybe. Like on adrenaline, but it looks like this is going to be like some sort of zombie, and I honestly don't know how I feel about it.
당신의 분노는 스스로 결정한 것인가?
Yeah, see, like I don't know if you guys seen that. Like,
누군가
hold on,
당신의
hold on. Let me go back a bit. Like a guy like jumped. Yes. So it looks like there's going to be some sort of supernatural element in this game. Like I said, I do not know how I feel about that. I thought this was just gonna be um, like a Splinter Cell type of game, but it looks like this is gonna be a bit more than that. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm still interested, but like I said, I personally don't know how I feel about it.
누군가 당신의 분노를 이용한다.
Yeah, yeah. See, there's like a better look right there. So, yeah, looks like some sort of zombie aspect is gonna be in this game. Um, hmm. I feel like I said, I'll need to know more about it in terms of the story. Um, but I don't know how I feel about this.
지정태. 지정태.
Yeah, so this is why I kind of said it. It's kind of like Splinter Cell. You know, these kind of look like some Splinter Cell goggles he's wearing, and plus in some early play tests, you know, it kind of has the same abilities as it. Um, Picks up sonar, sound, scan through walls, things like that. So Mudang, Two Hearts. Um, I'm not sure this is like an Xbox exclusive. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be for PlayStation 2, but this was part of the Xbox showcase. So we'll have to wait and see. But let's go over some. Hold on, let's read the premise because they did put like a bit of an overview of what this game is going to be about. So, so it says right here in the not too distant future, the divided nations of South and North Korea are on the verge of reunification. On the day when the historic bill was set to pass, a mysterious terrorist group attacks the South Korean National Assembly, throwing the entire nation into chaos. Set to uncover the truth, a North Korean soldier stumbles upon a K-pop star and is given a new mission: protect the girl who can unravel it all. So, okay, as their stories intertwine, a chilling truth begins to take shape. So, So it sounds like this terrorist group, whatever they're planning. I'm guessing this K-pop star probably like witnessed something. So it looks like this is. So it sounds like this is some sort of like a political thing, especially since they're trying to protect the K. He has to protect the K-pop star because she can unravel the truth. So most likely she's seen something that she wasn't supposed to see. So it looks like whoever's trying to unify the nations, someone obviously who works for one of the nations doesn't want this unification, and they're trying to divide it. It says right here, a mysterious group attacks the South Korean National Assembly. So most likely, a government figure of South Korea is part of or is like in league with the terrorist group. And I'm guessing the K-pop star like witnessed like some sort of deal or like conversation or something, and they have to get rid of her. And it looks like the soldier you're playing as is gonna be like he's from North Korea. I mean, with that zombie aspect in there, also like I said, I don't know how I feel about it, but I do want to look at some of the early gameplay for this because some of the early gameplay for this game looked amazing. Um, it was very, like I said, it was very Splinter Cell-esque type of gameplay. Um, yeah, let's look at some of the gameplay. Where's that video? All right, here's one of the first videos right here. So this is before they got everything was added into color. This is when they were still testing stuff. Um, this was back when it was just called Project TH. Didn't release the name yet. So this is like the movement and everything. When it comes to tactical games like this, I really love to play stealthy. I'm not really much of a loud person. When it comes to a game like this, I really love stealth. Um, I used to play Ghost Recon. That was like one of my favorite things to do. Same thing with Splinter Cell and the first Watch Dogs game. I was always going very stealthy, taking out enemies quietly. Yeah, you can also fight with the enemies too. They can actually like fight back and give you like a hard time too. It's really interesting. Yeah, very Ghost Recon-esque right there. Um, Especially with with the melee takedowns. And I heard in this game there's gonna be like multiple melee animations. So there's gonna be like multiple ways you can take down multiple like melee takedowns you can do on the enemies. And I'm guessing this is like this is gonna be like the K-pop star. This is like the early stages right here. I mean, don't get me wrong. It looks good. It looks interesting. Like I said, it's just like a certain things I'm just questionable about it. Like the supernatural aspect, I'm still questioning about it. It's not. I'm most likely it's gonna be like some sort of drug, from what it looks like, especially like in the trailer. It's gonna be most likely like a drug. Um, Oh, they have a Discord. I might have to join that. Um, but yeah, really interesting game. Um, I can't wait for this game to come out. I really hope they have a co-op version, something similar to like Ghost Recon. I really hope they have something similar to that. Um, the next game I want to look at is something that's this is during the Xbox showcase too. Um, this is another game during the showcase that they showed. It's called Beast of Reincarnation. It looks pretty interesting. For what I remember from the showcase. Um, let's take a look.
はるか昔、この国に輪廻の獣が現れた。輪廻の獣は汚れを吐き、あらゆる生物を蝕んだ。
Most likely it's gonna be like another soulless like a Souls genre like game from what it looks like. Looks pretty interesting from what I remember. Um, just give me 1 second. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Okay, let's get back to this trailer. Noticing a variety of enemies right now. Like some mythical creatures and some like mechs. Um, very nice variety.
西暦4026年、人類は滅亡を待つのみ。
Looks interesting. I don't know who's developing this. I think this is a Japanese company since we're speaking Japanese. So I believe this is coming from Japan. 封じ子エマ、お前こそが輪廻の獣を滅ぼす刃となる。 So this is not an Xbox exclusive. I've seen this on PlayStation also. Yeah, it's coming out next year. Um, it looks interesting. Really like the design for they gave for this character. It looks interesting. I like this outfit. It looks like this wolf is gonna be like her companion in the story. Really interesting concept of the game. Yeah, really interesting game. And I think the next release I wanted to look at was so it's called 'Blood Message'. I believe this is a Chinese developer. this is a Chinese developer. NetEase Games is Chinese. These are the same people that did Marvel Rivals. Um, so this is called Blood Message. From what people are saying, this is a quote unquote like an Assassin's Creed competitor. From what some certain people said, um, people who react to the game. Um, I have no problem with Assassin's Creed competitors, especially since we all know what happened to Shadows. So I mean, I knew that was gonna happen before release. So um, I say bring it on. Um, as long as they give us like a finished product, something that's good. Um, but yeah, let's take a look at this trailer.
大唐还在的时候，丝路上的
Yeah, that's Chinese. I really like the animation of Scorpion. Did a really good job on this. Looks like movie theater CGI. It was pretty high CGI for a video game.
大唐还在的时候，丝路上的灯火从西域一直亮到长安，能点亮天上的星河。
大唐离我们太远了，神佛还会庇佑河西吗？
我是认真决定的，我还是想再试一次。今日我们所流的血，是为了把大唐带回来。
Two for entertainment. Yeah, so far it looks good. I like the scene right here. It looks good right now. From what he's wearing, I'm guessing he's like a samurai from the clothing he's wearing and the armor. Can't really tell. It's like a better shot. Yeah, it looks good so far.
所流的血，是为了把大唐带回来。我们必须在破城之前把宁带出来。
Yeah, I could see the Assassin's Creed inspiration there. I could see it. Damn, they did a really good job on these cutscenes right here. Damn, like what did he do to make him that mad? Like you seen that kick? That kick was personal. Like look at that, like just the bro, like breaking the pot on him and then that kick, like that was really personal. Like look at that. Like look at that. And it looked like he kicked him in the face too. It looked like he blocked it last second, but yeah, like that was like a kick to the face.
阿爷，我将追随杀出一举。
去长安，你这是让他们去送死！输赢成。
Really intriguing. I really like the scene right here. Yeah, this looks really good. Looks really good.
输赢成败，皆如沙上之塔，风来即散，为众生之苦，长安于天地之间。回家吧，这些毫无意义。天命所归，我才是大唐。到头来，处死更多人。到头来。
This gameplay animation is so on point right now. Like, look at this. Like, I know this is a stretch, but in terms of the quality and how it looks, like, I can't believe I'm saying this. It borderline looks better than Ghost of Tsushima in terms of the combat. Well, I wouldn't say the combat in terms of like, because Ghost of Tsushima, I love how the animation, the UI looks, but this, it just looks really good. Like the textures, the animation. This is like gameplay. I really hope it looks like this when it comes out, but this looks really good.
没有我的帮助，你走不出这片沙漠。
Looks like a fucking movie. This thing looks amazing. Ooh, you get to play in a snowy area. Ooh, I love playing games in this type of setting, man.
如果神不肯拯救我们的部族，那就让我来。
No, like kind of reminds me of Ghost of Tsushima a little bit. It kind of does. I also love the clothes he's wearing. Doesn't even look Chinese to me. It looks like a Viking right here. But like a Viking, like a Chinese Viking.
阿娘，等着我。十对信使，每个人都做好了有去无回的打算。
So this, alright, so this is a coming soon game. Most likely still in development. Yeah, there's no release date, so we're not. This is not coming out for like what, maybe like two years, maybe. I don't see this coming out this year. But I do want to go.
は
Like,
るか昔
I do
こ
want
の国
to
に
dissect some
輪廻
things
の
about
巨
it.
門が現れた
Hold on, that was the other game. I do want to dissect some things about that game. It looked really good. I'm kind of seeing why people are calling it like an Assassin's Creed killer. I mean, I don't really see how. Well, yeah, no, yeah, I kind of see it because looks like they're trying to take down like a certain certain leader and his army. So it kind of looks like that, and it looks like his son's fighting for like a certain cause that he doesn't want him to fight for. But it looks really good. I really love the UI animation of how things are looking. Like this looks like God. Like look at that shit. Look at this shit, bro. Like dude threw the fucking pot on him and fucking kicked him. I like these animation takedowns right here. Very inspired by Assassin's Creed right there. There's a lot of inspiration from Ghost Tsushima too, especially with the sword fight combat that they showed in the desert. Like this right here, like really reminds me of Ghost Tsushima right here. Looks really good. Yeah, I love that. How you could take him, yeah, bro. Like that was really good. That was really good. Look at that. This is a Chinese dev, by the way, a Chinese dev. And like I said before, it does not cost that much money when you're comparing it to US dollars. It does not cost a lot of money to make games in the East. Black Myth Wukong was under 100 mil. I think they paid like 70 mil to make that game. So the quality, like, and like I said, they have a different work ethic compared to us here. So they can work long hours, still delivering better than usual qualities, like going above and beyond and exceeding customer expectations. That's what games like Black Myth Wukong and Stellar Blade have done. This is really good. And this is from NetEase, by the way. NetEase, for those of you who don't know, they did Marvel Rivals. So this looks really good. Okay, oh, they have a little description down here. So set in the late Tang Dynasty in 884 AD, players take on the role of a nameless messenger who embarks on a perilous eastward journey to deliver a message that holds the fate of his homeland. Alongside his son, they must survive relentless enemy sieges and treacherous 3,000 league odyssey, fighting against impossible odds to return to the heart of the Tang. Chang'an, I'm guessing that's how you pronounce it, Chang'an. Amidst the desert sands, they etch the final tale of loyalty in the Great Tang. The world has heard of too many stories of emperors and generals. Blood Message is an ode to the unsung heroes. Yeah, narrative. Yeah, so this is going to be a linear action adventure single player game developed by NetEase. Thunderfire's 24 Entertainment Studio, coming to PC and console platforms. So this is going to be released on all platforms on day one. So I don't know if this would run properly on the Steam Deck, especially with these type of graphics, because these graphics are insane. Probably have to get this on console. Yeah, I'll probably get this on Xbox. But yeah, this looks amazing. I can already see some mods now. People are probably gonna add some like outfits from Ghost of Tsushima in this game. I can see that happening for a game like this. I just love that move, man. Like I just love when he picks them up. Like, look at that shit, bro. And then, like, look at that, man. This looks really good. The crazy thing is, like, this is gameplay right here. This is gameplay. You can tell that this is not a cutscene. This is gameplay. Oh, I love that little slice in the neck right there. Man, yeah, really interested in this game. Like I said, the East is dominating the gaming market, man. Like, they've proven that they have what it takes to deliver what the West can't to the customers and the gamers. Like I said before, a lot of these companies in the West, they're just hiring people who don't care about gaming. Like, they're mostly just activists, and they want to preach to an audience, basically trying to make the customers, accept their sort of lifestyle. And again, like I'll say this time and time again, players speak with their wallets, and if you're gonna speak to players that way, then no one's gonna put a dime into your projects. There's a reason why a lot of these games have failed in the past 2 years alone. Well, I argue to say, like, in the 2020s, gaming has just been really bad. But yeah, I really like games like this. Mudang and Beast of Reincarnation. This is going to be a change in the right direction. Hopefully, trying to get gaming back to the way it is. Because as of right now, gaming is the most profitable entertainment right now, and there's a lot of money going into it. And because of that, it's the reason why we have so many of these weirdos entering the gaming sphere, pumping out this bullshit. It's too, like I said before, they don't want females to look like females. There was literally news articles about Stellar Blade when it first came out saying that Eve is quote unquote too attractive. It's appealing to the male gaze, which again, very stupid. Like, we read that article, if you joined the stream last time, it's just really weird how people view gaming nowadays, and we got to stop doing that. And we have to, gaming needs to stop appealing to a small minority of people who are not even true gamers. But yeah, Blood Message, I can't wait to play that. Like I said, I'm probably gonna get that on console. I don't know if I'm gonna get that for my Steam. Before I look at another game, I completely forgot about Ninja Gaiden. I completely forgot about that. Ninja Gaiden was back on the PlayStation 3 days for me. Really enjoyed this franchise. I can't wait to play this. Can't wait to play this game. I replayed 2 on Game Pass. I vaguely even remember the games. I might have to go back and replay all of them, actually, because it's been a very long time.
Watch your back, Yakumo. You're a wanted criminal now.
I'll kill the Dark Dragon myself. It's my mission. My duty as a Raven Ninja.
Breaking the Dark Dragon free has its consequences.
This is it. Clearly.
Ryu, there's something I need your help with.
Yeah, the combat still looks amazing as ever. It's one thing I like about the game, and I love the variety of weapons that you're able to use in this game. Yeah, this is gonna be another day one. I heard this is gonna be on Game Pass on release. I don't know if that's true. I'm gonna have to look into that.
The Dark Dragon is mine.
I think this comes out this year. Yeah, comes out in October. Yep, October is gonna be the month for this. Damn, I just remembered this game and Arc Raiders comes out on in the same month, around the same week actually, because Arc Raiders comes out at the end of the month, and this game's coming out. Can't wait to play this. Yep, it's coming for it's coming out on all platforms. Oh yeah, so it is gonna be on Game Pass. Yeah, I'm gonna be playing this on Game Pass. Yeah, 13 years of waiting since the last game. This is gonna be a good game. Can't wait to play this. The East really knows how to make some games. And the only game that's coming out here that I am anticipating. The only game coming out here that I'm anticipating is Arc Raiders. I played the beta when it came out. Really interesting game. Really good looter shooter game. The Division needs to take notes in certain aspects of this game and how they done it. Embark Studios did a really good job making this. I'm still kind of upset that I didn't have more time to play because I didn't even know I got a code to play. I checked my email like really late, I think it was like on the last day. I checked like my email for something. I wasn't even looking for it, and I saw it there. I only got to play for like maybe like an hour and a half or 2 hours, but I enjoyed what I was playing, and I was able to see some gameplay from other people. So, really good game. This game shifted from what it was originally. Before it was I think it was mainly just PvE, and then they changed it around. So I thought it was a smart move. Obviously the feedback they got for it was really high, and yeah, can't wait for this game to release. So let's look at the final trailer for this game. For those of you who don't know, you don't play out here. You can create your own character, similar to like the Division and Ghost. You can make your own character.
Let your body settle into a slower rhythm. Clear your mind of all distractions.
There are similar aspects to this game to the Division, but I feel like this game just did a better job, in my personal opinion. Because it truly feels like a survival game in certain aspects. You know, like finding weapon parts, ammo, drinking water, things like that. If that what makes this feel more like a survival game.
You don't have to walk this path alone. Surround yourself with resourceful friends. You are in control.
One thing I like about this game, like enemies will pop out of nowhere. Like enemy players will pop out of nowhere and take your ship. Coming October 30th. Yeah. Probably gonna get this on console. Actually I might get it on Steam. We'll see. But yeah, really good game, really good beta for what I played. I'm really interested in seeing how far they're going to take this game. In terms of adding other cosmetics, um, other game modes, and seeing the player reception for when this game releases. The player reception for the beta has been positively really good so far. Majority of everyone who played the beta says it's really good for release. There's even like big channels, both sponsored and unsponsored, for this game, says it's really good and it's ready for release. Some people are going as far to say that this is one of the best extraction shooters to ever come out. So that officially dethrones the Division. Even though I personally never thought the Division was the best extraction shooter, but in terms of like what's relevant right now when people are playing, the Division is still pretty relevant. A lot of people still play it, but this game has a lot of potential. Can't wait to play it. In terms of the team, I believe it's a 3-man squad. It's not 4. I know some people are gonna feel some type of way about that, especially if you usually play with like 4 people whenever you play certain games. And I believe for people who played the beta, I believe that the stuff that you scavenged from there, you can have with you when the main game comes out, from what I believe. And I actually want to look at some gameplay of this really quick, just to show like some of the just to show like a feel of like what this game's going to be about. But yeah, in terms of the PvE aspect, you're going to be fighting some you're going to be fighting the robots that you see wandering around the maps. Let's look at the gameplay reveal trailer. When the gameplay reveal trailer came out, it was pretty positive. Also, I enjoyed what I saw.
Ark Raiders is a multiplayer extraction adventure set in a distant future here on Earth. Players start in Speranza, one of the few places in the Rust Belt that is relatively safe from Ark machines.
Yeah, see, so your squad, if you want to go in full squadded, I believe the max is 3 people, from what I see. When I played the beta, I went in solo.
The raider we are following is on a quest, a job to obtain a seed vault from a research facility deeper into the city. The others in the squad are after medical supplies, some rare parts, and their best lead is a pharmacy nearby.
Another thing about this game, like when you kill players, you can loot them for supplies that they have.
A red flare is a signal of a raider getting knocked down, but you never really know what happened there until you go look. Could have been a fight between raiders or Ark. You never know.
Wasp, over there.
So these maps show like certain areas of where you can loot certain items. You just gotta be very careful. I think I ran into like a few enemy players like twice going through buildings, especially at night. Another thing too, it's very important. Lighting is gonna be very important for this game, especially if you're playing at a certain map at night, because you're gonna need a flashlight, because there could be enemies just chilling like in a corner, just waiting for you to like not be on your guard, so they can kill you and take you down and take your shit. And like I said, I love shit like that.
Let's go there.
Awesome. Let's go to that tower.
So unlike other games where you can just shoot like all the time and look for like a ammo box to refill ammo, it's not like that. You have to like loot for ammo, whether it's like looking through buildings or taking it from enemy players. They have a place in the spawns, a place where you can buy, buy ammo and other cosmetics, shit like that, like costumes, weapons and shit like that. And they have crafting tables. But ammo, just gotta be very careful with ammo, especially when you're first starting out the game. Majority of your ammo is gonna come from looting places, crafting, and taking it from dead enemy players. Yeah, see, this is what I'm talking about when lighting becomes important, because there's going to be enemies hiding in places like this, and like I said, if your light's not aimed at a certain location and you don't see them, they're gonna kill you.
They've reached the pharmacy now.
Let's get over there.
It looks like they are probably the first ones here. But
Yeah,
you can never be sure.
if you get like
so
injured,
it is wise to double check your corners.
you have to look for like bandages, medicine, shit like that.
Don't you, damn it.
So this is a thing in the game. I didn't try this in the game, but apparently this is another player. So you have two options. You can, one, kill them and take their shit, or if they seem friendly, they can, just be on your business.
My friend.
You wanna
See, they can give you the option to team up.
split the loot?
So that flare, they said it earlier, but when a player dies, a flare will go
Split
up.
the loot?
A flare will go up, and then whoever's around, they can go and like take their loot. Like, see,
Making friends in the Rust Belt is not easy, but that doesn't mean it can't happen.
so you can use things like smoke to get. Let's say if there's like a sniper shooting at you, you can use things like smoke to that way the enemy won't be able to have a striking a good shot on you. Can give you a chance to get away, give you some leeway also. Things like I said, it's a survival game, so you really got to be on your toes all the time in this game. A lot of focus.
Wasp up there. Careful, that's a hornet.
Found antiseptic.
This is it.
Some plastic.
Looks like they got what they came for, and now it's time to get out of here. Everything that you find will be lost if you don't make it out alive.
So if you die, you'll lose all your shit. If you die without extracting, you will lose all your shit. Especially if because enemies are gonna take all your shit.
But raiders know this. It's what they do.
See right there was an enemy player right there.
Raider, contact.
So you see right here they encountered another team right here. Reloading in this game, depending on what gun you have, takes a very fucking long time. So they just lost two to me, so now they're leaving.
Engaging in firefights may sometimes be the only way out of a tight spot. Other times, being cautious and staying out of sight is the better option to make it out. For raiders hoping to thrive, the Rust Belt is filled with opportunities and secrets. If you know where to look. You'll have to stay vigilant up there on the surface, where an armada of ARC machines roam unchecked. Where motives of other raiders remain dangerously unclear.
So you gotta be on your toes, and from both the mechs that are running loose on the world and from other players, because both of them will go after you.
You'll need to be resourceful, work with what you have, and sometimes make plans on the fly. What are you prepared to risk to get what you want? Ultimately, you get to decide what kind of raider you'll become, shaping your own legacy, your raider, and your home.
Yeah, this is gonna be a day one for me. Can't wait to play this. Hopefully I can get a team. Hopefully I can get some reliable people to play this game with. But they do have solo servers, so which I feel like those are gonna be really fun. But yeah, all around, especially from the beta, a lot of people love this game. And the reason why I'm saying that this could be better than The Division, because I remember back in, I believe it was 2015 and 2016, when the first Division beta came out, when it was first revealed that the Division was a thing, a lot of people were really excited. There was a lot of things to be excited about. You know, the environment, New York, winter. All of it was appealing. And when the game came out, a lot of people got their hands on it. A lot of beta testers got their hands on it, and it just got mixed reviews because a lot of people, especially coming from all these play testers, they all said the same thing, and that is a lot of them went into this game thinking that this was going to be a survival game, but it was not. It was more so of an RPG type of game. Like there's just things in the Division that just, you know, it doesn't scream survival. For example, in the Division, you cannot be stealthy in any mission, in any scenario. It doesn't matter. If you have a suppressor on your gun, even if you shoot, enemies will still hear it. All of them will be alerted, and they will go after you. That is like one of the biggest things I dislike about that game. How is it supposed to be a survival extraction shooter? And then there's aspects, there's little things like that just ruins the experience. You know, it just makes you answer the question like, what's the point of having the suppressor then? But this game, you know, it looks like this is going to be that this is going to scratch that itch on people looking for the best extraction shooter. I truly feel that this is going to be. I truly believe this is going to be a good game all around. This is going to be a good game. It's going to be here. It's going to be a mainstay for a while. We're gonna get a lot of updates on this game in terms of patches, in terms of new game modes, missions, things like that. Not sure how what's the narrative of the game looking like in terms of the story mode. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, I cannot wait for this game to release. Cannot wait. And I think that's about it. I think that's everything I wanted to talk about in terms of gaming. Can't really think of anything else to talk. Oh, actually, I lied. There's something else I do want to talk about, and it is, of course, Ubisoft related. And that is one of my favorite games of all times, Ghost Recon. And that is, what the fuck is going on with Ghost Recon? Because we have not had an update about this game in a very long time, and I really want to know what the hell is going on. So, let's see. The last update we got about Ghost Recon, well, it looks like it was a month ago. and they're saying that the game has been delayed. So let's watch this because I don't think I've seen this video. They're saying that the game has been delayed, which is not surprising, especially when you look at Ubisoft right now. So let's see what's going on. Let's see what insiders are saying about Ghost Recon.
Yo, what is going on, everybody? It's Juan Solo here with A Squad Gaming, and welcome back to the channel. Thank you all so much for tuning in today. We're going to be talking about some Ghost Recon. Not a crazy bunch of new information, but there were a few things that came out the other day from the one and only Tom Henderson that I wanted to bring to your guys' attention for those of you guys that might not follow all the ins and outs of Ghost Recon sort of on the back end of social media. But before we jump into all those details, I did...
Man, Wildlands was such a good game, man. This game was so good.
Want to... I don't know how I want to put this. I want to apologize...
I played the fuck out of this game with 3 of my friends. We played everything from the story mode to all the DLCs. One of the best missions we did was the Predator mission when they added the Predator DLC in that game. So fun, man.
Apologize for not having more uploads on the channel, but there hasn't really been a whole lot to talk about surrounding the Ghost Recon franchise. Yeah, I probably could have played some other games, but to be honest, after the leaks came out from Tom Henderson, I mean, it's probably been a year ago now, talking about the franchise kind of possibly going first person, and a few different things that he was able to get some information.
Yeah, and that's
on whether or not it's true. Who knows?
Hold on, that's something I want to talk about. So one of the main reasons why I love Ghost Recon is this playstyle, third person. When you shoot, you have the option to put it into iron sights, shoot first person. I feel like, according to what insiders are saying, they're saying the reason why they're going in this direction for Ghost Recon is because of Breakpoint. Breakpoint was pretty bad for them. I don't know how you release Wildlands and then go to Breakpoint. Wildlands was a really great game. If you're saying that Wildlands is what quote unquote brought the franchise back, in my opinion. I still remember like every couple of months they would release new updates for the game, especially for Ghost War, the PvP mode. Me and my 3 friends, we had so much fun playing that game. Like, we would literally go in, like, it was to the point where we would like play this game from literally morning till morning, non-stop. So much fun, so much good memories. We played this game we didn't get it on release day, but we got it like the same year on release. And I believe Ghost War came out a few months after. We didn't start playing Ghost War until like a few months in. But we played this game from 2017 up until like before the pandemic hit. So we played this game for a very long time. Played this game for like 4 years straight. Yeah, 4 years straight we played this game non-stop. It was like the only thing we played. We still go back to it. Me and one of my other friends, we still go back to this once in a while. It's free on Game Pass, so we've been playing this a bunch. A lot of players on there. The only reason why we stopped playing this game is because they stopped supporting this game. There's a lot of cheaters in the lobbies. People lag switching. People killing players like inside buildings, outside the map, things like that. So it's one of the main reasons why we stopped playing this game. But really good fucking game.
But Tom Henderson very rarely gets things wrong. And I'll be honest, I was a little bit bummed, and I really just haven't had any drive to create content since then. Just because there's been a lot of stuff going on in my personal life. I've been really busy with stuff with my kids and sports and some stuff with family. A few of my family members weren't doing so hot. I had video games with pretty much my whole life, passed away and I didn't want to force content that wasn't
So I'm just getting
content to the
news.
channel, and I wouldn't be quite as passionate about it, but that's a whole other topic for another day. But I just wanted to say thank you to all of you on YouTube and have commented on my shorts, commented on my videos, hit me up from Ubisoft. about the next installment of the Ghost Recon franchise. Until then, it seems to be that Tom Henderson is going to be the only information that we're going to be getting surrounding Ubisoft as a whole, and maybe we'll get some nuggets about the Ghost Recon franchise and stuff moving forward. But with all that being said, real quick before we hop into the details, if you guys go on to enjoy... Alright guys, this is A Squad Gaming, a couple...
Hold on, just want to get to the main point.
Days after my initial recording of the audio and stuff for this video, and I had the video rendered, I had the video edited and everything, and there was some stuff that came out on Twitter that I wanted to kind of bring to your guys' attention, because if you don't hear something officially from Ubisoft, or if you don't hear something officially like from Tom Henderson, those are really going to be your two sources that if you don't hear something from either of those, take it with a massive pinch of salt, a massive grain of salt, however you want to say it. Because I just wanted to bring this to your guys' attention, because if you haven't seen it already, you will see it over the next few days or something, either on Reddit or making rounds on social media and stuff like that. There was a guy named Detective Seeds. He put out a post saying that we are going to see, we're most likely going to see the new Ghost Recon at Summer Games Fest, which is like June 6th, he's predicting.
We didn't get that. So, we didn't get that. So, obviously, this game is delayed again. Breakpoint was the last Ghost Recon game to release, and that was back in what year did Breakpoint release? That was what, 2019. They were going to make like a first-person battle royale Ghost Recon called, I think it was called Frontline, and that got canceled. So yeah, I just don't know what's going on with the franchise anymore.
And then there was a couple different news outlets. I believe it was comicbook.com picked this up and is saying that it's fact and we're going to see Ghost Recon on June 6th and everything. I just want to preface here, guys, don't get your hopes up. I personally do not think we're going to be seeing any Ghost Recon at Summer Games Fest. I would not be shocked if we see absolutely no Ghost Recon in 2025. That is news or game release whatsoever. That's all I'm going to say. And with that being said, I just wanted to get that out there real quick because I'm sure you guys will see it eventually. But now we're going to be going back to your regular scheduled programming. All right, I think we're back. A Squad Gaming from the future, everybody. Just wanted to appreciate it. Also, for those of you that may be new to the channel, make sure to subscribe and turn on those the radio silence that we've gotten from Ubisoft. It's been going on, let's see, 3.5 years of radio silence. They pretty much went dark spring of 22. And here we are, May of 25, and they are still in a comms blackout, so to speak.
I mean, we know why they're in blackout. Like, Ubisoft is going through like a major restructure, especially after the failures of releases they've been having over the past 2 years. You know, games like Skull and Bones, the recent Assassin's Creed, Star Wars. I even heard the Avatar game didn't even do that well financially. So, yeah, they're going through like a major restructure right now. So obviously, you know, they have to, you know, there's just certain things that they have to restructure and see what's working and what's not going to work. X-Defiant, that was another failure.
So we'll see. But with all of that being said, we're going to be jumping into the information surrounding Ubisoft as a whole, as well as the Ghost Recon franchise. And I will link this article down below. This comes from Insider Gaming and Tom Henderson. And it basically goes on to say that Ubisoft has delayed its significant IPs to improve game quality. So this is kind of leaning more towards what Assassin's Creed Shadows did. It was delayed multiple times, and then the actual end game quality was much better than it would have been if they would have released it at its original release date. So we're going down through this article. Like I said, I'll link it down below for those of you guys that want to follow along. But he goes on to say that in the financial report from Ubisoft themselves, it said that after a thorough review of its pipeline that took place from October to December, the group decided to provide additional development time for some of the biggest productions in order to create the best conditions for success. This decision has already been beneficial to the quality of Assassin's Creed Shadows. As a consequence, fiscal year 2026, 2027, and fiscal year 2027 to 2028 will see significant growth versus fiscal year 2025 through 2026, which I believe fiscal year 26 ends on April 2026 is kind of when that fiscal year ends. So their fiscal years are usually like April to March or something like that. But on the back of strong content coming from the group's latest brands, they're going to be pushed back, is basically what he's saying. And according to their sources and the past reports, Insider Gaming understands that this includes the Assassin's Creed pipeline and the highly anticipated next installment of the Far Cry series, which has internally been pushed to late 2026. Who knows if this has anything to do with GTA? We all know that there's a bunch of companies out there that are trying not to release any games around the launch of GTA.
Yeah, that is true. A lot of companies are trying not to launch a game during GTA because GTA is releasing next summer. So that's gonna be like a big release. So like that's arguably the most anticipated game over the past 10 years now. So this is gonna be like one of the first $1 billion made games that's gonna hit the industry. We're still waiting for how much this game's gonna cost at launch. A lot of these insiders are predicting that this game's gonna cost $100 for the base, which is fucking insane. Because certain gaming outlets already increased their prices. Like I heard Xbox already increased their prices for games. So GTA, if it costs $100, I would think it's absurd. But I'm just gonna be honest. If you're releasing a game, the base version at $100, it better be worth $100. That's all I have to say.
GTA 6, because we all know how GTA 6 is going to launch. That thing is going to take over the gaming universe, and there's nothing anybody can really do about it. But going on further in the article, it says that Ubisoft's biggest productions likely also include the Splinter Cell.
I predict GTA is going to make $1 billion that weekend. They're going to make $1 billion that weekend. Actually, no, I can't. No, that's absurd. I don't. Maybe. Well, I'll say, all right, not during the weekend. I'll say they'll probably make their money back in a month. I think they're gonna make their money back in a month because this is going to be a worldwide phenomenon in terms of people buying this game. Just the pre-orders and the early access alone is good. It's just gonna they're gonna get half of their income back just by early access alone, from what I see.
Remake under the codename North, and the next main the Splinter Cell says that Ubisoft's biggest productions
Hold on, they're talking about Splinter Cell right here.
Also include the Splinter Cell remake under the codename North, and the next mainline Ghost Recon game under the codename OVR. So with that being said there, we can see the likelihood of Ghost Recon. It is in development, it seems. Based off of all the information, all the leaks from Tom Henderson, it is in development, but it is now being pushed back along with a couple of other titles to make sure that the polish is there and the developers have plenty of time to actually smooth out all the kinks and hopefully launch those games with stable launches. We don't want to see anything like Breakpoint, and I'm sure there's a few other games and stuff like that that launched pretty badly for Ubisoft. So hopefully this pushback does allow them to kind of smooth out all the crevices and stuff for those games. Moving on further in the article, it says the announcement implies that the next year for Ubisoft could be fairly limited in terms of its billion-dollar IPs. However, it's understanding that Ubisoft currently have several smaller experiences around these games in development. For example, Assassin's Creed has 2 smaller games in development, which is a multiplayer offering codenamed Invictus, and a remake of Assassin's Creed Black Flag codenamed Obsidian, which I'll be honest.
I forgot they're doing a remake to Black Flag. I can see people buy. Actually, I can see people buying that, but at the same time, I feel like because one thing about remakes nowadays is that these companies take away the best parts about these games because that way it's quote unquote don't want to offend people or and it's just stupid. I don't really remember Black Flag. I do remember it was a good game. I completely forgot they were doing a remake to that game. And I had no idea they were doing a multiplayer game for Assassin's Creed. After Shadows, I don't know if people are really interested. But I'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see.
Honest, I'm extremely excited about. I have not really been a fan of the more recent Assassin's Creed games other than Mirage, because for me, I'm an old school Assassin's Creed player. I like Assassin's Creed 1, 2, all the way up.
Mirage didn't sell as much as Valhalla did, but it was a return to the original style of Assassin's Creed. In terms of like the early games, the people who played it, they have said that the game is good. I'm thinking about getting that game on Steam. I think it's available on Steam. I might see if I can get it and buy it.
To 4 was kind of my bread and butter. Pretty much everything after that, because the timeline got a little bit too modern. And then with the RPG mechanics, that's not what I want from an Assassin's Creed game. In addition to those Assassin's Creed titles, there will be another small experience for Rainbow Six that's going to be in the works, codenamed Slice and Dice, which that's definitely the first I've ever heard about that. But for those of you guys that are fans of the Rainbow Six franchise, there will be a smaller experience coming to that as well. But overall, as of yet, Ubisoft is yet to comment on which game.
Rainbow Six over the years has gotten so woke, especially with like I remember when I played that game, they added like a wheelchair operative. I'm not joking about that. Like it's a fucking shooter. It's a fucking shooting game. Why the fuck is there a wheelchair operative? Basically, it's a wheelchair operative that can control like 2 robots. Again, like I don't care how you slice and dice it, it's still stupid. Because at that point, you might as well just have the robots have a robot operative. Because I'm just so confused by that. But yeah, that just goes to show you like how deranged some of these Western developers are. To add a fucking wheelchair operative in a army-like shooting game. But yeah, I think that's all I wanted to talk about. Yeah, you heard it here, like Ghost Recon. It's been delayed. Not surprising, especially because of the state of Ubisoft is in right now. So we'll have to wait and see. Everyone's saying that the insiders are saying that this game is going to be first person. So already that's kind of a red flag to me, because I love the third person aspect of Ghost Recon. If they say it's like you can switch between third person and first person in terms of your playstyle, that would be better. I hope that that's more of the case than it just being full-blown first person. We'll have to wait and see. Splinter Cell, also, they just described that Splinter Cell has been delayed also. That's been backtracked. And need I remind you, during Ubisoft Forward last year, they changed the Ubisoft, I think it was Montreal, they changed their logo on their social media platform to the Splinter Cell goggles right before Ubisoft Forward. Everyone believed that they were going to show some gameplay or a teaser for it, and nothing was shown. Like literally, Ubisoft Forward was so bad last year. The only new game that they showed was Assassin's Creed. That's it. Everything that they showed was games that are already out. They're just showing like updates that are coming to those games. I don't know if Ubisoft's having a Forward event this year. I would not be surprised if they don't, especially with the year they had. They had a very bad year this year, in my opinion. Oh yeah, Ubisoft will not be holding its traditional Ubisoft Forward Showcase event in 2025, according to multiple sources. Yeah, so they're not having a showcase, which is not surprising. So, like I said, they had a very, very bad year this year with Assassin's Creed. So, not surprising. But I think I'll end the stream there. Appreciate you guys for joining the stream and watching. I'm probably gonna do a stream tomorrow. Just probably gonna do like an art stream, do some drawing. But yeah, make sure you leave a like, subscribe to the channel, follow me on social media. Links, you can find the links on my channel page. And yeah, appreciate you guys joining the stream. This is the Way Blur, and I'm signing out.